derealization, medical patient, losing patience with the process, walking hand in hand with Satan, complications with the medication, inflammation, dehydration, inhalation, aggravation, building up a toleration. Drown, soccer, drown, soccer, drown, soccer, drown. I've been feeling like I'm drowning with my feet upon the ground. I've been screaming, I've been shouting, but I never make a sound. I've been looking for a way out, but I always seem to drown.
So welcome to my newest video. This is gonna be me basically doing the 10-minute standing test for possible POTS at home, talking about my different O2 stats and heart rate and how sick I've been feeling, along with some other stuff. If you're not interested in that, completely understand, but if you are, stick around, I guess. This is basically to document what's been going on in my life and to find people hopefully that are also struggling with some of the same things. If you suffer from any of this stuff or you relate, please let me know. I would love to be your friend and know what doctor you go to and where you live. So I haven't filmed, I think, in like 2 or 3 weeks because I've just been barely functioning. I'll get out of bed and I'll do my morning routine, which is brush my teeth, and then I'll feed the cats and I'll make Josh's lunch. And by the end of that, I'm so freaking tired. And I think it's been 2.5 weeks since I had that really weird like 2-day sleepathon when I like could barely get out of bed. I'm just concerned about my health because I feel like every time I go to the doctors and I tell them like what's wrong with me, I have so many weird and different symptoms. And since they don't like try to do anything after they see my lab results, I start looking for myself. And I finally was tested for all the autoimmune disorders and they all came back negative. My ANA is negative, lupus, Sjogren's, all of that stuff is all negative. So he's like, well, you should be glad, you know, you don't have an autoimmune disease. And I wanted to be like, I'm not glad because I still don't know what's wrong with me. And my quality of life every day is like a 3 or 4 most of the time. So, you know, so I did some more research about 2 weeks after my appointment because he basically told me to go see my psychiatrist again because it's probably something mental. I started seeing a psychiatrist when I was 7. I started taking Prozac when I was 7. Dealing with that on and off my entire life. And then having a doctor tell me that my symptoms that have literally just been getting worse the last like 15 years of my life. It's a little disheartening. So I did make an appointment with my psychiatrist. I also had a lot of weird symptoms 8 months ago, to where my primary ordered a brain MRI just to rule out MS. And then after a month, I called and there was no referral. Oh, we never got it. So I called and then they couldn't put the referral through because my doctor was gone. I never got my brain MRI. My left arm's going numb and I've been like extremely short of breath for like, I'm gonna say the last probably 2 or 3 years on and off. But it's gotten a lot worse to where like I'll get up to go do something and I'm just like I can't breathe. My O2 levels have been dropping on my Apple Watch over the last 3 weeks. I'm exhausted. Like the fact that 2 weeks ago on 2 of Josh's days off, I literally slept 40 hours total probably. Like it was miserable. And now I'm trying to scrub potatoes and when I'm doing stuff in the kitchen, I have to sit down a lot now because I get winded and I'm just exhausted and my arms are tired and my legs are tired and I feel like a heavy sack of meat because I am. Anyways, I've been doing some more research about what might be wrong with me and I found something that actually fits my symptoms probably like 98% as opposed to like the 85% that autoimmune. Like I would match up with different autoimmune with some of my symptoms, but I'm just researching and trying to learn. I'm trying to figure out how to live my life productively without feeling like a big bag of trash all the time. Been getting these headaches for the last 2 years too, which is weird. I never got them before. I usually, like, I would get headaches in the front of my head. Like, these were my normal headaches growing up every once in a while. I'm not a headache girl. I never really had the headaches. I had a lot of other shit. But lately, like back here, I'll get headaches in the back of my head, and then my neck and my shoulders hurt, and I just chalked that up to my disc degeneration in my mid back because they did an MRI on that, and I have disc degeneration in my lumbar and cervical now. But I don't think that's what's causing the headaches. Okay, update. I just walked outside to give the outside cats water, and now I'm just standing in the kitchen. This is what we're dealing with right now. You know what? I'm gonna stand up for 10 minutes. I'm gonna do it for 10 minutes. So 5:50. I'll be back at 6. I almost said 5:60. Wow. I'll be back at 6. So we're at the 6-minute mark. Oh, sorry, the 7-minute mark. The lowest it got was 98. And I'm starting to feel very hot and very shaky right now. Okay, we're at the 10-minute mark. I need to sit down. So sometimes with these, because I know I have PVCs, I don't know if it misreads. It seems like any small movement, or when I start talking, obviously my heart rate's going up and I start getting even more shaky. My lips are tingly and my hands are tingly, and even into my arms are tingly right now. I still have chest pressure, and I started getting pain on my left side where I get my pain, where I consider it my heart pain that I've had for like 15 years. And I'm gonna switch it and show my face in a second. My oxygen stayed pretty high. Sometimes it gets in the 80s, so that was that test. I'm sitting down now. I sat down. As soon as I sat down, that is absolutely crazy. I'm only gonna sit here until 6:05, and then I'll show you my heart rate. 6:05. Now I'm gonna go lay down for 5 minutes. See the difference. This is concluding my test. When I'm laying down, I'm usually between 48 and like 62. And this is why I lay down all the time lately, because I feel like trash. Thank you and good night. I was struggling to breathe and I laid down. My oxygen said 88. And now that my chest is starting to feel better, it's going up. Kind of. Oh, there we go, maybe. I was struggling to get my air. I feel really nauseous. Okay, I evened out while standing up, so now I'm laying back down. In the middle of my chest is hurting. Bruh. I don't feel good. This is mean. up for like 40 minutes. My chest is like really hurting. So I'm sitting down. We're gonna see. What does that say? Oh, 97 on my oxygen. That's better than usual. This is my heart. I just don't feel good. Tell me how that's normal. My arms and my face are very, very tingly right now. So right now, I'm eating potatoes that I've spent over an hour cleaning before I even started cutting them up. My brain's been really foggy lately. Like just little things. I've been messing up little things like brewing my coffee for Josh instead, which he can't drink because it's decaf and he needs caffeine. Or like I've noticed I'm having a hard time talking sometimes. I thought I'm especially when I'm really exhausted, like I can't get words out. Josh will say something to me and I'll just be like like it's too much energy to try to say something back to him, especially if he's in another room. Like it's too much energy. Like it's too much energy to use my voice higher than a whisper. Anyways, those are my symptoms that I've been remembering. And then my face and my arms are tingly right now. I'm just gonna take some deep breaths and try and calm down. Because crying doesn't help tingly face. You know how I know? Because I've had anxiety my whole life. It's the next day. It's 1 p.m. I'm trying to stay awake because my ring is supposed to be delivered by 4:30. But it was expected by 1:10. I feel so sick. So tired. I feel like I'm gonna throw up. All I've done today is put up, clean dishes, feed the cats, and make Josh lunch. George is driving me nuts right now because she's making a lot of noise, and the noise is really bothering me for some reason. He's giving me anxiety. Hopefully my ring gets here soon so I can take a nap. Update. It's been an hour. Just waiting. 3 cars are driving by. But I'm pretty sure... Oh, just kidding. I think it's FedEx that's delivering it.
I'm about to break, boy. Oh, what a shame, he's in pain. Have another go. Take another pill. Here, take a couple more. Let's see how you're doing in another week or so. You'll be feeling worse when the side effects will show. Derealization, medical patient, losing patience with the process, walking hand in hand with Satan. Complications with the medication, inflammation, dehydration, inhalation, aggravation, building up a toleration. Drown, soccer, drown, soccer, drown, soccer, drown. I've been feeling like I'm drowning with my feet upon the ground. I've been screaming, I've been shouting, but I never make a sound. I've been looking for a way out, but I always seem to drown.